Something is stirring beneath the ground we walk on. An invisible field once whispering now begins to roar. Many still live as if nothing is happening, as if time were a calm and predictable river. But time, true time, does not run in a straight line. It is a closing circle, and we are about to feel that closing. By November 4, 2025, the Earth's own field, the magnetic pulse that holds the memories of everything that has ever been done, will begin to return what was given to it in imbalance. Everything we vibrate, hide, deny, or manipulate will be returned in living mirrors, and no one will escape the harvest of their own seeds. Most will not understand what is happening. They will only see the confusion, the losses, the collapses, the separations, and will think the world has gone mad. But there is a hidden order behind the apparent chaos, and it reveals itself only to those who have eyes to see and ears to hear what is not said. The Earth, tired of bearing the weight of human unconsciousness, is calling each one back to the center, collecting what has been left unpaid. The collection does not come as punishment, but as healing, and this healing, although it may seem painful, is the purest form of spiritual justice that has ever walked among us. There's an underground vibration that has begun to intensify since the last eclipse. It's as if the Earth is breathing differently, more deeply, more intensely. Those who are sensitive already feel this weight in their dreams, in inexplicable pains and sudden conflicts. The invisible field is adjusting, and with it, all human fields. Everything that has been built on lies, manipulations, appearances, and dissonances is being pressured to reveal itself. It's no longer possible to hide what the heart feels. The mask of normality begins to crack, and the true face of each person begins to emerge, even against their own will. Until November 4, 2025, the Earth's field will be in total resonance with the human field. This means that each person's frequencies will be reflected back, as in a mirror. Those who live with integrity, coherence, and love will feel a growing lightness, as if life were opening up before their steps. Those who have denied their own truth, hiding intentions, accumulating anger, envy, pride, or indifference, will begin to feel the field as a force of resistance, as if reality itself were blocking them, draining energy, closing doors. The field does not punish. It only returns what we emit in the form of vibration. And that's exactly where many will fall into the victimhood trap. They will say that the world is unfair, that everything is crumbling, without realizing that the crumbling is the only way to rebuild something true. The field is simply showing the exact reflection of what has been neglected. Every repressed emotion, every distorted thought, every choice made in denial of love. All of this is being charged not as punishment, but as rebalancing. The Earth's field is like a mirror that has been cleaned after centuries of dust. Now it reflects everything clearly, including what we preferred not to see. At this point, many will feel an urge to flee. They will seek distractions, addictions, empty relationships, overwork, constant noise, anything that will drown out the silent call that comes from within. But the more they try to escape, the tighter the field will become, because there is nowhere to run when the call is internal. The field does not seek the body, it seeks the soul. It wants to align what has been lost, to rescue what has been forgotten, and for that it uses everything: chaos, confusion, fear, as instruments of realignment. Therefore, until November 4th, everything that is out of alignment will be exposed. Masks will fall, false promises will crumble. People and situations that once seemed solid will dissolve like mist, not to destroy us, but so that we can finally build something upon the truth. It is the moment when the Earth becomes a mirror and a teacher. It no longer tolerates the imbalance that has been imposed upon it, and whoever tries to resist the call for adjustment will feel that life itself begins to demand interest. Not material interest, but vibrational interest. The Earth's field only demands what has been forgotten in disharmony. Nothing more, nothing less. The night of October 31st will be the subtlest portal before the energetic shift in November. Many will feel a call to celebrate, but few will understand what is actually being activated on that day. This night carries an energy of mirror and shadow. Everything that hasn't been healed tends to emerge symbolically. Nightmares, arguments, sudden losses, confused emotions. It's no coincidence that this date has always been associated with the veil between worlds. The veil truly thins, and with it, our masks also become transparent. The danger lies in falling into the illusions of the dark scenario, into the traps of fear, spiritual vanity, and distraction. The night wants to show, not seduce. There are traps set precisely to divert attention during this period. One of them is the excess of spiritual information without discernment. Many will go around announcing catastrophes, stirring up fear, selling shortcuts to the light. This is the confusion of the ego, disguised as wisdom. True awakening is not announced with shouts nor bought in courses. It happens in silence, in the intimacy of those who accept to look within. The earth does not want spotlight mediums. It wants human beings willing to purify themselves. Therefore, tonight, the best practice is recollection, observation, and silence. Those who become distracted will be sucked into the collective whirlwind. Another powerful trap will be nostalgia. The mind will try to hold us back in old memories, in repetitive patterns, in people and places that have lost their meaning. This will happen because the field will be trying to release dense memories of the past, and the mind will try to hold on to them to maintain the familiar. But what's gone is gone. The night of October 31st is the portal of closure, not of return. Those who insist on reliving the past, reopening wounds, and nurturing resentment will remain trapped in the old frequency, and the field will exact its toll in the form of stagnation. It takes courage to let go of what no longer serves you, even if it still hurts. There will also be a subtle temptation to mask the emptiness with excesses: food, drink, pleasure, display, consumption. This happens because the night amplifies the inner void, so that it can be seen and embraced. But human beings, afraid to feel, try to fill it with whatever is possible. This is the mistake. The void doesn't need to be filled. It needs to be understood. It is the sacred space where new energy wants to be born. Whoever resists feeling it will prolong their own suffering. Whoever embraces the silence of the void will cross the threshold with lightness. Finally, there is the most subtle trap of all, that of spiritual arrogance. Believing that one already knows enough, that one is already ready. The night of October 31st is, above all, a teacher of humility. It tears away the veils of self-sufficiency and shows that no one is above the process. Everyone, without exception, will be traversed by the light and shadow of themselves. And it is in this journey that true rebirth is found. Therefore, whoever understands the meaning of this night and does not fall into its traps will enter November with a lighter heart and a soul in harmony with the earth's field, ready for the adjustment that will come until the 4th. There's a silent vibration that runs through the air, a call that doesn't come from outside but from within. It's the heart trying to speak after years of silence. Many have ignored it for so long that now it manifests as discomfort, anxiety, a feeling of emptiness, existential crises. The earth's field, which is in direct harmony with the human heart, begins to press upon denied emotions. That which has been swallowed, hidden, or over-rationalized needs to be felt. And this feeling, although it may seem like a collapse, is the key to liberation, because the field doesn't demand payment with words or punishments. It demands it with sensations. The body is the soul's first messenger. At this moment, habits that distance us from the truth become burdensome. Relationships that once seemed normal begin to suffocate. Jobs that no longer reflect our inner purpose lose their meaning. Everything that vibrated with falsehood naturally dissolves because the heart no longer accepts living in dissonance with the field. It's as if the planet itself were saying, "Enough pretending." And whoever tries to continue pretending will realize that the universe will begin to close paths, not out of revenge, but to push us in the direction of what we truly came to live. Suffering is merely the field's push to align us with the truth we have forgotten. This is where many encounter internal conflict. The mind wants stability, security, control. The heart wants surrender, truth, presence. When these two forces clash, chaos is born. And it is in this chaos that the field performs its cleansing. Old energy needs to be burned, and this manifests as confusion, indecision, fears, and collapses. But the secret is simple. What is crumbling is not who you are. It's what you've built to hide from yourself. Therefore, instead of resisting, you need to take a deep breath and allow the field to do its work. The heart knows the way, even when the mind doubts. Many will feel an uncontrollable urge to change everything during this period. Habits, diet, friendships, routine, purpose. This is no coincidence. It is the body responding to the vibrational call of the planet. We are being updated, like old systems that need a new code. Resistance is futile because the energy coming from the earth is stronger than our individual will. It is clearing old memories, inherited patterns, family pains. Everything that has been stored in the collective unconscious is being pulled to the surface. And each person will feel this according to how much courage they have to look inward. Whoever heeds the call of their heart, whoever dares to be true to themselves, will find a new kind of peace. Not the peace of escape, but the peace of coherence. That is true liberation. The field doesn't demand perfection, it demands truth. And truth is not something found in books or masters, but something that pulsates in the chest when we allow ourselves to feel without masks. The heart is the temple where the earth's field is mirrored. When it vibrates in harmony, everything realigns, and the demand ceases to be pain and becomes expansion. Have you ever noticed how everything seems to accelerate? The hours pass too quickly, emotions change in minutes, and the world seems to spin off its axis. This feeling isn't just psychological, it's energetic. The Earth's field is vibrating at a higher frequency, and humanity, still trapped in old patterns, feels this difference as confusion. The structures that sustained the illusion of control are crumbling. Political systems, power relations, collective beliefs. Everything is being undone because it no longer resonates with the new planetary pulse. The chaos we see in the streets is a reflection of the chaos that has always existed within people, now exposed to the light. When energy rises, everything dense needs to surface to be purified. It's as if the planet is experiencing a collective fever. The fever isn't the disease, it's a symptom of the cure. Social, emotional, and spiritual collapses are similar. They indicate that something is being cleansed, that something needs to be realigned. But the problem is that most people fight against the process, trying to hold on to what no longer has support. It's like trying to keep a house standing during an earthquake. The movement of the field is uncontrollable. It cannot be stopped, only understood and accompanied with humility. The confusion increases because we are being called to abandon linear logic. Life is no longer organized around predictable goals and results. The field is teaching us to live in the present moment, to act on intuition, to trust the invisible. Those who try to control everything with their minds suffer because the new doesn't fit into old forms. Collapse is, in fact, liberation from rigidity. It is a call to trust the flow of existence. Those who understand this will begin to find calm even in the midst of the storm, because external chaos has no power over those who have already found inner peace. But there is a deeper reason for this increase in conflict. The field is separating frequencies. This means that people who vibrate in love and truth will naturally begin to move away from dense environments and relationships. There will no longer be a way to force connections based on lies or dependence. The universe is filtering everything. That's why old friendships end, families fall apart, and even communities break up. The field doesn't want to destroy bonds. It wants to purify them. Only what is true will remain. Everything else will be dissolved by the Earth's own movement. This process can be painful, but it is also the greatest gift we have ever received as humanity. We are being purified, updated, and reminded of who we truly are. Chaos is the birth of the new world. And like every birth, it comes with screams, sweat, and tears. But when new life emerges, everything makes sense. Pain transforms into strength, and collapse reveals itself as a blessing in disguise. The field is simply doing its job, restoring to the planet the balance that has been forgotten. Nothing happens by chance, and nothing escapes the field. Every thought, word, emotion, and action creates a vibrational imprint. By November 4th, 2025, these imprints will begin to manifest in the form of accelerated consequences. What once took months or years to return now returns in days. This is because the field is more sensitive, more responsive. The time between cause and effect is shortening. Therefore, our habits, the small gestures repeated every day, have become the true battleground between light and shadow. What once went unnoticed is now immediately reflected in reality. Self-sabotaging habits, procrastination, gossip, excessive consumption, disrespect for the body and nature, all of this generates noise in the personal field. And this noise, when added to the collective, forms the chaos we see in the world. The Earth's field is not only demanding something from individuals, it is demanding it from entire patterns of behavior. Every time we choose fear instead of truth, we reinforce the frequency of stagnation. Every time we act selfishly, we reinforce separation. But the reverse is also true. Every act of kindness, silence, gratitude, and presence generates waves that balance the field. The demand is not punitive, It is vibrational mathematics. Many believe that great transformations depend on grand decisions, but the field teaches the opposite. Change begins with simple things, in the way we look at others, talk to ourselves, care for our bodies, and respect the soul's timing. Every choice is a declaration of vibration. Until November 4th, the field will amplify these declarations. Those who cultivate destructive habits will feel tired, confused, and lose. Those who practice coherence will feel expansion, clarity, and synchronicities. The field responds with absolute precision, like a mirror that never fails. Habits are not just behaviors. They are energy portals. Mindless eating, poor sleep, constant complaining, living on autopilot. All of this feeds frequencies that drain vitality. On the other hand, breathing mindfully, giving thanks before acting, listening before reacting, and being silent before judging, these are gestures that realign the field. The planet is teaching us vibrational responsibility, and those who understand this early will navigate the coming months with ease, even when everything seems to crumble around them. The Earth's reckoning is not a punishment, but an invitation to spiritual maturity. It calls us to remember that we are co-creators of the field, not its victims. Everything we emit returns, not as punishment, but as a pedagogical mirror. The time of recklessness is over. The field now demands awareness. Until November 4th, each choice will become an energetic seal. And when the date arrives, what is in harmony will flourish, and what is in dissonance will be undone. Such is the movement of the Earth, just, impersonal, and inevitable. The people we interact with are direct reflections of what we carry within. In ordinary times, this goes unnoticed. But now, with the Earth's field amplifying everything, each relationship becomes a living mirror. Until November 4th, many will realize that conflicts with others are not personal, they are vibrational. What we see in the behavior of others is, in fact, a projection of the parts of ourselves that have not yet healed. This is why some relationships become unbearable. They reveal wounds we try to deny. The field uses relationships as a tool for refinement, to show us with precision where we still resist the truth. When a friendship falls apart, when a love fades, or when someone confronts us unexpectedly, the natural impulse is to blame or run away. But now, the field will not allow that kind of escape. It will force the mirror to remain before us until the lesson is understood. And that lesson is almost always about love and transparency. To love is not to agree, but to accept the reflection. When we look at the other with awareness, we realize that no one truly hurts us. They only show us where we still don't know how to love ourselves. That is the alchemy of relationships in this time, transforming pain into awareness. During this period, many will experience sudden separations. Marriages will dissolve, old friendships will fade, family ties will break. At first glance, it will seem unfair, but if we look with the eyes of the field, we will see that nothing is being destroyed, only rearranged. What does not vibrate at the same frequency needs to move away, so that each can follow its path of healing. The Earth is clearing bonds based on neediness, dependence, or manipulation. There is no way to maintain false relationships on a planet that has chosen to vibrate in truth. Separation is only the first step of reintegration. And interestingly, during this same period, new connections will emerge almost magically. People who have never met before will feel an immediate recognition, as if they had known each other for ages. This is because the field is gathering souls that vibrate in harmony. These connections will be healing, expansive, and inspiring. They will not be born from desire, but from mission. Earth is forming networks of living consciousness, groups that, unknowingly, sustain collective balance. It is the return of true spiritual brotherhood, which is not based on doctrine but on vibration. Therefore, if any relationship is faltering, don't resist. Observe, feel what it wants to show you. Perhaps the other person isn't hurting you, they're setting you free. Until November 4th, each bond will serve as a test of coherence. The relationships that remain after that date will be those built on truth and energetic reciprocity. Everything that is illusion, however beautiful it may seem, will be carried away by the wind of the field, and what remains will be real, pure, and lasting. The human body is an extension of the Earth. Every cell, every heartbeat, every breath vibrates in sync with the planet's pulse. That's why many have been experiencing strange pains, unexplained fatigue, insomnia, or sudden changes in appetite. It's not illness, it's adjustment. The Earth's field is shifting its frequency, and the body, being a living antenna, is recalibrating to keep up with this new vibration. The problem is that we resist. We want to continue at the same pace, the same routine, with the same excesses. But the body doesn't lie. It warns, it complains, it slows down. And those who don't listen to their bodies will be forced to stop. The body is the first to sense what the field is asking for. When something is not in harmony with the soul's purpose, the body reacts. Back pain? Accumulated weight of responsibilities that don't belong to you. Chest pains? Repressed emotions that the heart can no longer contain. Constant fatigue? Vital energy drained by inconsistent choices. Each symptom is a message the field sends, asking for attention. But modern humans have learned to silence these messages with medication, distractions, and denial. But now, the field has amplified the volume. The Earth wants us to listen, and this time it won't whisper, it will shout. Until November 4th, the body will become the most faithful translator of what is happening in the invisible realm. Many will notice changes in sleep cycles, eating habits, and sensitivity. Some will feel the need to distance themselves from crowds, noise, and artificial lights. This is natural. The body is asking for alignment. It wants more nature, more silence, more fresh air, more presence. The Earth's field is not distant, it vibrates in every cell. And the more we reconnect with the body, the more we hear the messages the planet sends us. The body is the compass of awakening. There is also a profound energetic awakening happening at the base of the spine, in the region that holds the vital force. This energy, dormant for ages, begins to rise and realign dormant centers of perception. This is why many feel internal heat, tingling waves, or even dizziness. It's nothing to fear. It's the body opening itself to the flow of the field. Resisting this is like trying to stop the sunrise. The secret is to relax, breathe, and allow the body to return to its natural rhythm. It knows what to do. Just don't interfere. Treating the body with respect will be one of the greatest protections during this period. Eating mindfully, getting enough sleep, walking barefoot, drinking living water, all of this will become essential. The body is the temple of the soul and a reflection of the planet. Whoever neglects it disconnects from the source. Until November 4th, the body will show, with precision, who is in harmony with the field and who still lives in dissonance. Listening to the body is listening to the Earth, and the Earth now is speaking loudly. There comes a point when the disguise stops working. No matter how hard you try to appear happy, spiritual, balanced, or strong, the field knows the truth. And now, more than ever, it is revealing what lies behind appearances. By November 4th, many masks will fall. People known for their light will show their shadows. Leaders once admired will reveal hidden intentions. Relationships based on appearances will crumble. This is not about scandal, but about purification. The field no longer sustains falsehood. The Earth's vibration only welcomes what is authentic. This fall of masks should not be viewed with judgment, but with compassion. Everyone, without exception, uses disguises to survive. We create personas to be accepted, to avoid rejection, to appear strong. But now, these masks are weighing us down too much. They impede the flow of true energy, and the field, lovingly relentless, is removing them, sometimes gently, sometimes forcefully. Each unmasking is a liberation, however painful. What is real does not fear exposure. What is false crumbles at the first breath of truth. The hardest part is when the mask that falls is our own. When we realize that we too live lies, that we too use disguises to hide fears. This is the most delicate point in the process, because the ego fights to the end to remain intact. It fears the emptiness that comes when the illusion crumbles. But it is in this emptiness that freedom is born. When the mask falls, the soul breathes. There is no longer any need to prove anything, to appear to be anything, to control anything. Being true is the highest form of protection in this new vibrational field. It's important to remember that the field doesn't expose to humiliate, but to heal. The truth only hurts when we resist it. When we accept it, it transforms into light. Therefore, when something hidden comes to light, whether in yourself or others, do not fear. Observe, breathe, embrace. Everything that comes to light is being purified. Judgment only prolongs suffering, but acceptance dissolves karma. The field is cleansing the planet through transparency. After the masks fall, something incredible happens. Life becomes simpler, the weight disappears, relationships become lighter, energy flows again, because the field now only recognizes the language of truth, and whoever dares to live without disguises, even in the face of fear, will be sustained by the earth itself. Until November 4th, authenticity will be the new form of spiritual survival. Everything that is true will flourish. Everything that is a lie will crumble, and that is a blessing, not punishment. Have you ever felt like time is slipping through your fingers? Days that seem like hours, weeks that blur together, memories that lose their bearings. This isn't just a feeling, it's real. The Earth's field is compressing the timeline. What once stretched out in long cycles now concludes in short lapses. This is why the processes of learning, healing, and harvesting are happening so intensely. What you've been putting off for years now presents itself with urgency. Choices that once seemed small now carry the weight of destiny. Time isn't against us. It's calling us to the present moment. It wants us to awaken to the now, where everything happens. This acceleration reveals a paradox. The more we try to run, the more we feel still. This happens because the field doesn't want physical speed, but an expansion of consciousness. Chasing after what is falling apart is like trying to hold water in your hands. The new time demands another kind of movement, internal movement. It is stillness that accelerates transformation. It is silence that reorganizes chaos. Earth is teaching humanity to experience time as vibration, not as a clock. And those who remain trapped in the linearity of the past will feel exhausted, as if they were always late for something that no longer exists. Until November 4th, time will show its true face. It is a mirror of consciousness. People who live in fear will feel the days as a burden. People who live in gratitude will perceive synchronicities, magical encounters, and coincidences that defy logic. Time bends for those who vibrate in coherence. That's why some will say that everything is flowing, while others will feel that nothing is going right. Time is not the same for everyone. It responds to vibration. The more present you are, the more time expands in your favor. But there's a subtle trap in this process: spiritual haste. Many, feeling the call to change, try to accelerate their own awakening. They want to arrive first, understand everything, solve everything. But the field doesn't respond to impatience. It responds to surrender. The soul's time isn't measured in hours, but in sincerity. Each step taken with truth is worth more than 1,000 races driven by fear. Until November 4th, the secret won't be running. It will be stopping and listening to what time wants to teach. Time is collapsing to reveal the eternal now. It is here, in this instant, that everything is decided. The past is being dissolved, the future is being redesigned, and the present becomes the only point of real power. The earth wants to bring us back to the now, where the field pulsates strongest. Because only those who live in the present can hear what the planet is saying. And what it says in silence is simple: slow down. I can only heal you if you stop running. When all is silent, there is a voice that continues to speak. It is the voice of the earth. It is not a voice heard with the ears, but one felt in the heart. Sometimes it comes as a gentle intuition, sometimes as a profound jolt that shifts everything. This voice has always been with us, but the noise of civilization has drowned it out. Now the field is amplifying this ancient frequency, and whoever has the courage to silence the world within themselves will be able to hear it again. The earth is calling its children back home, and home, here, is the awakened heart. This voice speaks in simple language. It asks us to care for, to respect, to stop harming what sustains us. Every act of pollution, every lie, every act of selfishness echoes in the field like a cry of pain. The earth feels it, and its response doesn't come in words but in events. Floods, droughts, tremors, winds. All of this is communication. It's not revenge. It's an attempt at balance. Nature doesn't punish, it only responds. When the earth's field becomes unbalanced, it's because the human field has strayed too far from its essence. And this disconnection needs to be healed before the harvest becomes unsustainable. The earth's call is also a plea for personal reconnection. It wants us to remember that every tree breathes with us, that every stone has a memory, that every drop of water carries information. The field is a living organism, and we are its conscious cells. When we forget this, we become ill, individually and collectively. But when we remember, the body, the mind, and the planet align. Until November 4th, This reminder will be unavoidable. Those who resist hearing the call will hear the scream. Those who heed the call will feel the embrace. The choice is vibrational, and there is something even deeper happening. The earth is awakening an ancient wisdom within us. It is activating ancestral memories of balance, harmony, and cooperation. These memories lie dormant in our DNA and are now being awakened. This is why many have been dreaming of ancient places, lost civilizations, sacred forests. The field is reconnecting us with who we were before the disconnection, and this remembrance will bring tears and relief. It is the return of belonging. Listening to the earth is listening to yourself, because its field and the field of the heart are one. When we place our hands on our chest and breathe deeply, the planet breathes with us, and when we cry, it embraces us. Until November 4th, this communion will be essential. Those who live disconnected from the planet will feel loneliness and noise. Those who reconnect with the simple things, the sound of the wind, the smell of the rain, the touch of the earth, will find serenity even in chaos. The earth's voice has never stopped speaking. It is we who have stopped listening. Every transformation passes through a point of collapse. It's the moment when the shadow is fully revealed, when everything seems lost, when the pain seems greater than the strength. It's at this point that many give up. But it's precisely there that the field works most. The shadow doesn't come to destroy us, but to reveal what still needs to be loved. Until November 4th, humanity will traverse this dark valley. Conflicts, fears, and uncertainties will increase, and each one will be invited to look at their own inner night. The field isn't punishing, it's cleansing, and cleansing sometimes hurts. The shadow is a mirror reflecting the denied parts of ourselves. Everything we judge in others is what we haven't yet accepted in ourselves. Everything we avoid looking at is what most needs light. Therefore, the field amplifies what we hide, not to shame us, but to liberate us. The problem is that we've been taught to fight the shadow, to run from it. But fighting the shadow is fighting against our own healing. The secret lies in embracing the darkness with love, in looking at it without fear. When we do this, the field aligns, and the darkness dissolves. During this period, many people will experience emotional collapse, existential crises, and even the urge to give up. It's the old self trying to die. The field is asking for space for the new to be born, but the old clings on tightly. Resistance is what causes pain. When we let go, the light enters. Crossing the shadow is not punishment, it's a rite of passage. Whoever has the courage to cross without running away will be reborn with more strength, more wisdom, and more truth. The field rewards surrender. This phase will also bring revelations. Secrets will come to light. Hidden truths will be exposed. It will be impossible to maintain lies, internal or external. The shadow will be illuminated not by judgment, but by necessity. The earth wants transparency, and transparency demands that everything come to the surface. Therefore, do not fear the revelations. They are the purification of the soul and of humanity. Every tear that falls during this process is sacred. It is the salt that cleanses the old memory. In the end, the shadow will reveal itself as what it always was, an invitation to the light. Because without contrast, there would be no perception. The field is leading humanity to spiritual maturity, and maturity is accepting totality, the light and the dark, the high and the low, the beginning and the end. Until November 4th, those who bravely traverse their inner night will see the birth of a new sun within themselves, and that sun will never be extinguished again. The earth's field is the fairest of judges, because it does not condemn, it only returns. By November 4th, 2025, this vibrational justice will become evident on all levels. What each one has silently emitted will begin to return, no longer as theory, but as direct experience. People who sowed love will reap encounters that will seem like miracles. Those who insisted on falsehood, manipulation, or indifference will see doors close, relationships break, and opportunities evaporate. The field is not cruel. It is precise. It returns what was given without error, without haste, without forgiveness, and without guilt. It simply returns. This is the true final judgment, but not the judgment of a distant God. It is the intimate judgment of each consciousness before the mirror of its own vibration. The return of energies will be swift, precise, and non-negotiable. What was emitted in fear will return in the form of blockage. What was emitted in love will return as expansion. And there will be no escape, because the field now responds almost instantaneously. The time of masks is over, and the time of coherence has begun. Until November 4th, whoever still tries to deceive the field will only be deceiving themselves. Many will experience this adjustment as a life review. Old situations that seemed resolved will return, but in a new guise, to test whether the lesson was truly learned. The field is a patient master. It doesn't punish but repeats until one learns. And when, finally, the soul understands what needs to change, everything around it changes. This is the silent magic that many will call a miracle. It's not a miracle, it's attunement. When the internal vibration changes, the field responds immediately, and life reorganizes itself. The judgment of the field is, therefore, an invitation to honesty. Being honest with oneself, with one's own intentions, is the only way to get through this cycle without pain. The earth doesn't want saints. It wants true beings. There is no merit in feigning purity, but there is strength in recognizing one's own shadows. Until November 4th, each one will be faced with choices that will reveal their true vibrational state, and in these choices, destiny will be sealed. The earth is merely reflecting what is already within each one. Therefore, do not fear the return. The field does not return to hurt, it returns to liberate. Each harvest is a chance for a new beginning. What arrives now, however challenging it may seem, is exactly what the soul needs to close the old cycle. This is the silent judgment of the earth, not a court, but a mirror. And in this mirror, what is seen is not punishment, it is the truth. And the truth, when accepted, transforms into peace. After purification comes reunion. When the field finishes its cleansing, it begins to gather what was separated by pain. Until November 4th, many lost connections will be restored, but not as they were before. They will be reborn, purer, more conscious, more vibrant. People who drifted apart due to misunderstandings will reunite with new eyes. Fragmented families will begin to come together, and those who have walked alone for too long will feel the call of kindred spirits. The field, after demanding, also rewards. It tenderly returns what has already been healed. These reunions will not be accidental. Earth is realigning groups of souls with similar purposes. Inner callings will arise, moving to a new city, changing professions, reconnecting with someone from the past, starting something new. All of this will be guided by the vibration of the field. It's as if the planet is assembling a great mosaic of souls that complement each other. Each person will occupy the place that belongs to them, and when that happens, the feeling will be, I've arrived where I should be. The field doesn't make mistakes. It organizes chaos into harmony. But for the reunion to happen, one must have crossed the desert of solitude without getting lost. Many will try to skip steps, seeking to fill voids before integrating them. This will not work. The field only unites what is whole. Fragmented souls do not align. They collide. Therefore, true reunion only occurs when there is no longer dependence, only sharing. The new cycle of relationships will be based on freedom, not need. The earth no longer wants bonds of pain. It wants bonds of creation. The reunion will also be collective. Spiritual communities and groups of consciousness will form naturally, without hierarchies, without egos, without names. People will feel, without knowing why, that they need to come together. And when they do, the field will gain strength. Each group will awaken a new vibration on the planet. And together, these vibrations will form a living network of regeneration. What humanity has destroyed for centuries, love will rebuild in a few years. It is the silent rebirth of the earth. These reunions will be the harbinger of a new era, a time when cooperation will replace competition, where care will be the new form of power, where silence will be wiser than speech. And all this will begin within each one of us. The earth's field will merely reflect this inner reunion, the moment when humanity finally reconciles with itself. This is the true return, the return to lost unity. We have reached the culmination of this cycle, the final alignment. Until November 4th, 2025, the earth and the human heart will vibrate in perfect synchronicity for a brief moment. This will be the 0 point of the field, the moment when all that is false dissolves and all that is true intensifies. There will be no way to pretend, disguise, or postpone. Every human being will feel, intimately and undeniably, the call of truth. For some, it will be liberating. For others, it will be unbearable. because the light that heals is the same light that reveals, and the field will no longer allow any deviation. This alignment will not be visible to the eyes, but it will be felt in the soul. A profound silence will take over the earth, the silence that precedes rebirth. In this silence, many will realize that everything they sought outside was always within. There will be no more external masters, gurus, or saviors. The heart itself will become the guide, and the earth, as a compassionate mother, will sustain each step of this new beginning. Those who traverse the chaos with humility will feel lightness. Those who resisted will feel the weight of everything they did not let go of. But both will be led to the same destination: reconciliation. After the alignment, life will begin to reorganize itself in a mysterious way. Doors will open, paths will become clearer, new ways of living will emerge. The earth's vibration will be lighter, faster, more alive. Suffering will diminish because humanity will gradually learn to vibrate in truth. The field will finally be clear. The planet will breathe a sigh of relief, and humankind will remember that it was never separate from it, only asleep. The great demand will transform into great forgiveness. The cycle will be complete. But before that point of peace, there will still be one last test, that of faith. When everything seems uncertain, when fear wants to return, it will be necessary to remember what has been said from the beginning, that the field does not punish, it only reflects. That pain is only the echo of imbalance, and that love is the frequency that heals everything. Whoever chooses to trust even without understanding will cross the portal with their whole heart, and whoever crosses it whole will never be the same. The earth is gestating the new human, one who feels, honors, and lives in communion with all that exists. And if you've come this far, it's because something within you already vibrates in harmony with this calling. The field has brought you to these words because it recognizes your truth. So before you leave, take a deep breath, place your hand over your heart, and feel the pulse of the earth within you. What it wants to say now is simple. Remember, you and I are one. If these words resonated with you, write the keyword in the comments. Purification. I want to see how many hearts truly stayed with me until the end. And if you want to keep receiving messages like this, subscribe, because the new cycle has already begun, and the next revelation is closer than you think.